Hello everybody, this is Kenji aka NumotTheNummy here again. We're going to bring you another M12 Sealed Swiss Q pre-release event. We're going to go ahead and just jump in the queue and I'll bring it back up once we get our packs. Alright guys, we've got our packs and let's go ahead and, as usual, start by sorting by rarity. Wow, and we got, wow, a lot of good rares. Frost Titan, obviously a really sweet card. Gideon's Avenger is actually really good. Flameblast Dragon, Double Aegis Angel, and a Solemn Simulacrum. So, all of our rares are very playable and very good. That's a good start. Let's go by color now and just pick out the good stuff. Sarah Angel, Siege Mastodon's probably okay. Assault Griffins, Mighty Leap, Pacifism Stave Off, and a Lawkeeper. Yeah, our white's pretty good. Let's look at blue now to go with the Frost Titan. We have Mind Control, Triple Skywinder, Mana Leak is fine. Looter, Unsummon, Ponder, Phantasmal Bear. The Negate's okay. Coral Merfolk's okay, and the Mesmerist is okay. Looking at black, we have Sengir Vampire, Diabolic, Double Gravedigger's pretty nice. Oops. Drifting Shade's alright. Devouring Swarm's good. Mind Rot, Double Blood Rage, Thorn's Thirst, Double Doomblade, and a Tormented Soul. Wow. In red, we have some okay beef, some decent cards, Double Shock, and a lot of enablers at the 1 slot. Green, got some pretty decent stuff as well. I definitely think our green is the shallowest. Well, the red and probably the green are the shallowest of our cards. Power-wise, I mean, we do have a Jade Mage and an Overrun, which is obviously very strong. Let's see here. Crown of Empires, the tap creature's good. The Scepter I'm not too big of a fan of unless you're in one of the fast, aggressive red-black decks, so I think I'm going to pass on that. The Crumbing Colossus is a fine card, though. And especially if we ran black with the double overrun, that'd be pretty good. So we have quite a few options going in here. I think white at this point is an auto include. Just because we have such strong flyers. I mean, 5/5 for 6 is what you want to get, and having 2 of them is pretty nuts. Our white is kind of heavy on the higher casting cost cards, but I think that's fine. What we could do here is just be really greedy and play like white, blue, splashing Double Doomblade or something to that effect. While our green's certainly fine, and we would probably play it in a worse pool. I think our pool's so strong that we just don't even need to run it. Same thing goes with black. I mean, the black's obviously very strong too with the Double Doomblade, and we also have Thorn's Thirst and some other removal as well as the Double Gravedigger, but I think it's just not on par with our bombs in Frost Titan, Mind Control, Double Aegis Angel, and so on. So I think we'll probably cut most of the black. We might end up playing the Double Doomblade, if not but for a splash. The red, on the other hand, has a ton of removal. Shock, Chandra's Outrage, and the Flameblast Dragon is pseudo removal in its own sense. But beyond that, we just have kind of a lot of the lower, more aggressive cards that kind of just get in there but don't really make a huge impact on the board. I guess the Crimson Mage is pretty good. Giving creatures haste is actually quite excellent, but I don't think we're going to be able to play the red here, even though it, like I said, it is pretty good. So right now we're sitting at 26 playables if we go to converted mana cost. So the question is, what are we trying to do here with our deck? And I think we're just trying to play out for the long game. And as such, I'm not sure the Phantasmal Bear's going to be that great for us. Same thing with the Mighty Leap. The Mighty Leap just doesn't do much for us. I mean, almost all of our creatures are on the 3 and higher slot. So I think the Mighty Leap is probably just not going to be very good for us. The Crown of Empires is a bit slow, which is a bit unfortunate. I think I might be tempted to cut the Siege Mastodon, uh, because while we do need some ground defenders, he's one of the 5 drops, and by then we want to be playing one of our bigger spells. Um, Boy, this is rough. We have so many. You usually don't get a pool that's this deep. All of our colors are very playable. Huh. Interesting. So splashing the double Doomblade is still awkward because we don't have too many sifting through our deck methods. We have the Merfolk Looter and the Ponder, but that's about it. I guess the Solemn Simulacrum does a fine job of finding the swamp if needed. I'm tempted to cut the Phantasmal Bear here. I just don't think it's really going to do anything for our deck. The problem is, with this list right here, we're very susceptible to the fast red-black decks, or any fast type of deck, because, you know, our first creatures, besides the Merfolk Looter and the Gideon's Lawkeeper, are going to come down on turn 3, and 3 of them can only block flying creatures as it is. So, that's something to keep in mind here. What we also could do is splash for like the double shock. But Doomblade is obviously just a stronger card. But I mean, these would help progress us to the long game. Boy, this is actually really tough. If we had any of the what are they called, the 0/3 walls that gain 3 life whenever that blocks, we'd probably play them in this type of deck. Oh, actually, we have a Stonehorn Dignitary. We'd probably want to play that. Yeah, this is a really tough choice. All our colors are really, really good. So the the white-blue splash black is definitely an option. Looking back at our other colors, I think red is just out of the question at this point. The 3 colors we have here are just a little bit better, and red's not very deep. I mean, sure, we have the Flame Blast, but beyond that, I'm not too impressed. I guess it does have 3 removal spells, but it's just not doing anything for us. I really want to play the double Gravedigger. That just seems so good, but I mean, our blue-white is obviously really strong. I just really wish we had some more defensive low drops. But anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and cut the black except for the Doomblades. Looking at what we have left. I guess we could probably cut... Yeah, I think I'm okay cutting the Crown of Empires here. It's a pseudo removal spell, but I think we probably want to be curving out, because it does come down on turn 2. But I mean, we have to keep up 3 mana each turn after that, and after turn 3, we just want to keep on laying things down. We don't necessarily want to, keep things tapped. I'm also thinking about cutting the Crumbling Colossus. I don't think it really does too much for us here. I mean, we already have a ton of bombs. We have Frost Titan, Double Aegis Angel, Surrey Angel, Mind Control, and a bunch of other flyers. So I think I'd probably just be using this more as a defender, more than anything else. So I'm okay for cutting that. Don't get me wrong, this is a pretty good card, as is the Crown of Empires. It's just... I don't think our deck is the type of deck that really wants to play it. So right now we're sitting on 23 cards. The problem here being that since we are splashing 2 Doomblades, it's going to be a little bit awkward for our mana base. But the nice thing for us is that, except for the Gideon's Avenger, all of our cards that cost 2 mana symbols cost 5 or are in the 5 or more slot. So it shouldn't be too hard to be able to reliably play all our cards on time. Maybe except for the Gideon's Lucky or the Phantasmal Bear on first turn. Actually, Phantasmal Bear looks out of place in our deck. I probably could take it out for a negate. Or even an Elixir of Immortality. Actually, that might be the right play here. To cut the Phantasmal Bear, because we're obviously not on the aggressive path here. We just want to find our bombs and grind that out, and maybe put in the Elixir of Immortality. I mean, it has a ton of targets that are good for us to buy back. Unsummon, Ponder, Stave Off, Double Doomblade, Manalik, Pacifism, Mind Control. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sorry about that, had a little hiccup. Anyways, as I was saying, we have a lot of cards that we'd probably want to buy back with the Elixir. Question is, does Stave Off really fit into our deck? I mean, it's a very good spell. You can even use it on their own guys if they have like an enchantment or something, but all our guys are... Well, yeah, I think it's fine playing the Stave Off. The only thing I could see playing over it is maybe a Coral Morphoke or something. I don't think I wanted to play another Siege Mastodon, or I mean a Siege Mastodon over it. That's our mana curve looking like here. So 3.17. I think in this type of deck we obviously want to be on the draw. I'm having a real tough time here though. I want to get a few more early drop creatures in, just to kind of gum up the ground. So Phantasmal Bear and Coral Merfolk kind of do a good job of that, as does the Elite Vanguard. Definitely a toughie. It's always hard for me to cut cards like Flame Blast Dragon. Ugh. But when you open other sick bombs, I guess that's okay. 14 creatures. Is Stave Off really what we want here? Protects a lot of things. You know what? I think I'm going to actually cut the Stave Off here. I almost always run this card regardless, but here I think we just want something, another creature to kind of hold us off. Because like I said before, all our 3-drops and beyond are kind of flyers, and so we want to gum up the ground with defensive guys. Or I mean, not necessarily defensive guys, but gum up the ground with creatures that we can trade with for the early game. Yeah, so I think we'll go over this list here. We probably should run 3 swamps just to reliably hit the Double Doomblade on time. And we're probably gonna, yeah, we're definitely gonna want to run a substantial amount of planes. Well, let's see what they suggest here. So they suggest an 8-7-2 split. I really wish we had some... 2 doesn't really feel like enough for a Double Doomblade, but I guess with Ponder and Merfolk Looter, it might be able to just get the job done. I think we'll go ahead and run with this. Try the 8-7-2 split and see how that treats us. Is there any glaring mistakes I'm doing? Black's really strong, red's pretty good, green's pretty strong. Yeah, I don't think I've ever opened a pool with all the colors so evenly spread out with power level. I mean, obviously, the colors that we're in right now, blue-white, have substantial power, but there's power in all 3 colors, or also rather all 5 colors. Crown of Empires is hard to cut, so is Stave Off, but I think think this is gonna work, guys. So yeah, we'll run with this, and we'll see you guys.